Krsnaa Diagnostics is in focus. The company has recently signed an agreement with Govt of Maharashtra for providing MRI and CT scans in hospitals in 17 districts. That's a big one. Yash Mutha, Joint MD of Krsnaa, is here with us. Yash, afternoon. Thanks so much for your time. How meaningful is this? Usually the sense is that any business, when a company does business B2G, actually is more of volume and less on margin side. So let's start by understanding the structure of this tie-up which you have with Govt of Maharashtra.
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to join you today. The tender that Krsnaa has won, it is the India's largest MRI tender for setting up MRI centers in 7 districts, as well as operating 17 CT scan centers across Maharashtra. This award reinforces our leadership position as India's largest and successful radiology player across the industry. You know, the tenure of this agreement is around 13 to 15 years, providing us with a great visibility of revenues in the years to come. This agreement of the MRI tender was through a free diagnostics key service initiative by the National Health Mission and the Public Health Department of the State Government of Maharashtra under the guidance of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which in my opinion is a great initiative which will ensure that diagnostic services are made available and accessible to the masses, especially in the rural and underserved areas. Along with this project, we have already have around 31 CT scan centers that we are establishing across Maharashtra, as well as operating 8 CT scan centers, as well as 450 X-ray teleradiology centers across Maharashtra, which ensures Krsnaa's presence across the length and breadth of Maharashtra.
Sure.
And in my opinion, the only company to do so.
Yes, I want to understand the more financial aspects, which are more relevant to your shareholders. How this I understand you gave us the details of this tie-up, but what are the financial aspects? How much does it add to your financials in that period of time?
Sure.
How are the margins on this?
Correct. So radiology margins has always been better in pathology, and this is what Krsnaa has strength is in radiology. This agreement is expected to contribute almost 100 crores to our top line on an annualized basis, and similarly the margins will be much better than the the current pathology portion. So overall, this agreement is expected to contribute to both our top line as well as to our margins.
100 crore per year incremental, right? Because you have a run rate of 450, so 20% bump up per year alone from this type. Then it's very meaningful.
Yes, it is a meaningful agreement for us, and especially in Maharashtra, and given the length and breadth across the state, this is a very good, significant project for us.
Talk to us about the other projects in the pipeline, because I remember that you were shortlisted for Madhya Pradesh as well. There was those HPLC tests in 21 districts in Maharashtra as well, where you were in the fray for. Give us an update. When is that likely to happen, and what could be the potential from those?
So all these projects are currently under implementation as we speak. And again, each of these projects, whether it is the MP project of 5 MRIs or the HPLC project, these will also further add revenues to our existing top line. Given the current silent period, so since they are under implementation, I'll be only able to share this, post the silent period is over.
I understand that, but I'm just looking at the run rate. You have almost 600 crore annualized kind of a run rate right now, a little lower than that, with the margins being around 27% thereabouts. Given the fact that you're saying that the new orders are coming in at better margins and they're sizable orders, when do you see yourself hitting that 1,000 crore mark, let's say, in terms of revenue, and the margins going towards at least 30%?
So the MRI project will probably take around a year and a half to get implemented. As well as the recently won tenders of Assam, Orissa, which are under implementation. So the 1,000 crore mark is what we're expecting in FY25-26 in that financial year. And given that the radiology share will also improve with these kind of tenders, the margin profile will also improve, and that is where we expect to head around.
And would you be needing a lot of capex to set all of this up? And if yes, how are you going to fund all of that?
Radiology projects we've been doing for years, and the capex will be funded through our internal accruals as well as through some vendor financing.
Okay, so you're not looking at raising fresh funds right now or anything of that sort, right?
No, not at all. Not at all, please.
Sure. Can you just clarify once again, Yash? By 26, you would be hitting the top line of 1,000 crore with higher margins, or did you say the margin trajectory likely to go above 30% as well? Or is it okay to assume 1,000 crore top line with 30% kind of operating margins?
Yeah, I think the margins, given that the initial setup, when it happens with the number of employees that we add, the kind of expenses that I incur, the margins will be sub 30% in the initial years. But of course, as the projects continue to contribute more and more revenues, the margins are expected to go and reach around 30% in the subsequent years following the entire implementation is done.
Okay, so maybe by FY27, 28 is where you will be close to that 30% mark. Thanks so much, Yash, for making time and speaking with us. Thanks for the clarity on this latest big development that has happened. But the other big development that has happened and
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.